Hey, how about them tops, son?
All day, SEC boys. SEC, they supposed to be SEC. Jersey all day, baby.
You're listening to the Red Out Podcast.
Welcome into another Red Out Podcast. I'm Jake.
Devin in the house, guys. Coming at you on Friday night. And, shocker here, we've got Jared.
What's up, Jared?
Finally back.
The real Jared in the house.
Yeah, the actual Jared.
Yes.
Not the real
One and
Ross.
only.
Not to confuse you there.
Yeah, back from being an adult, right, Jared?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Almost.
Music man's back in the house. So, I guess big thing this week is winners, losers.
Yeah, so in case you're, got your head, buried really, really deep in the ground, the NFL draft, well, the first round, was Thursday night.
Yes.
And that's kind of where my winners and losers come from. So my winner was kind of the big uglies, dude. Because the first round was just full of really boring but fun, good players on both sides of the line. Like my Niners, with the 2 pick, took Bosa's little brother, Nick Bosa, defensive end. I'm okay with that. I was looking at, because I was like, wait a minute, don't we take a defensive end every year? I was wrong. No. We do not take a defensive end every year. Out of the last 5 years, they've taken a defensive end, 4 of them.
Nice.
Last year, they took an offensive tackle out of Notre Dame. So, yeah, that was my winner. Also, and, slow clap for Josh Allen for being a good dad. I don't know if you guys saw that meme. But,
no, I did not.
Well, okay, so this was cool, and I think the Tower Rat kind of shared it, but he was sitting down with his son, watching Monsters University on his lap, waiting for the call, and he told local media, he was like, hey guys, I'd really like to do the whole jump up and celebrate thing, but my son's watching Monsters U on my lap, so we're just going to sit here. And I was like, yes.
I will say,
Dad for the win.
There was a really cool thing they did because, obviously, with it being so close, all right, you're going to have to go away.
Yeah, Devin had the Discord up, and it's like...
Yeah, I had our Discord up. But anyway, the really cool thing they did, since UK is obviously so close to Nashville, they hung a banner.
They may have taken it down.
Did they make them take it down?
They may have taken it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was still pretty cool, though.
That had a big, expensive banner.
Yes, it was. The university paid for that, I'm pretty sure. But
it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. I mean, if you're that close, Western, same deal. If we could put something up,
but I don't think our banner would have been that big.
I'm still salty about Forrest Lamp being in the second round.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was supposed to come at everyone was like, tail end of the first round, probably, first round pick. And I was like, yes, first round pick. Here we go. And I watched the whole stupid thing on the illegal stream on my really weird site,
Yeah.
And I was just like, what's it to Forrest?
Yes.
Because you're gonna take that. It's like last night that kid from Clemson. They were all dying because he. Jared, did you watch?
Yeah, I did. I was going to say my winners and losers real quick because it ties in with the NFL draft. I mean, considering we live so close to Nashville, at least I do. I mean, it's 45 minutes away. I've gone down there for all sorts of crazy music things and all that kind of fun stuff. I would say my winner, city of Nashville. Seeing all those people have a great time, having Nashville be the center of all this attention, and they seem to be a really good host and everything. That's bringing in revenue, good. They'll probably get the draft again because, it's the most people that's ever been to one. But loser would definitely have to be anyone that lives in the city of Nashville.
Yeah.
God almighty. I went down there on Tuesday, and it was a freaking mess. I just wanted to kind of see how everything was going. Nissan Stadium was a complete loss. Broadway, just stay as far away as possible from it. They were still finishing up the stage and all of that, but they still had basically all of downtown over there shut down. So I feel so bad for all the people who live down there. I was hoping it was going to be in either a Sin Amphitheater or the Music City Center, indoors, or even Bridgestone or something. But no, they have to choose the option where you have 150,000 people there all at the same time. So I would have went if it was inside instead of outside, but whatever.
So one of my losers is a girl who planned her bachelorette party during the NFL.
I don't saw either. That tweet. It's so funny because they look so sad because they have no idea what's going on.
Not a clue.
They're like, why are all these bro dudes running around drunk? What's going on?
And I guess I'm kind of mirroring. I guess yours was that the kid from Clemson that was drafted by Miami.
Yeah.
That just went crazy and chest bump Roger Goodell.
Well, because he wasn't supposed to go that early.
Yeah.
They wanted him, and they were like, I was seeing all the draft analysis. They were like, listen, this is why you don't get too excited about a guy, right?
Yeah.
don't always just like pick a dude and draft as soon as he's available, because that guy, like value wise, are like you could have got him either at the tail end of the first or at the second. Like he was not like that high.
Oh, that's so
crazy.
crazy.
And they were just like, Yep.
That
was pretty good. And bless the Giants' hearts. That's another loser, aren't they?
Yes, I'm sorry.
I think it's hilarious.
That is one of the greatest things ever. There's a little meme on Facebook right now. Did I share it? Did I not share it?
Devin shares everything.
I'm a grandpa. I share
He shares
everything.
But it was funny because it was a list of like hilarious stats. Devin's showing me.
Yeah,
Speaking of things that he shared, was a Game of Thrones.
Oh, I've been so deep in Game of Thrones memes here lately.
But yeah, they were just showing some of the crappy stats. Now, granted,
they're skewed. They're
not
skewed.
that bad. Like when they're talking about like him averaging like yards per attempt, it's like yes, but that's because Cutcliffe only wants to throw it 3 yards, each time. He's like Super Mike Sanford.
Yes,
who's actually getting paid.
Well, he was. Well, I mean, I know there's the stats are skewed and all that, and that's fine. But like one of the stats was that he was 81st in the country for yards per game and for quarterbacks.
Yeah,
he lost to a 1-11 Baylor team. I mean, it was really funny. But
the real reason why they picked him is because he basically looks like the Netflix adaptation of Eli Manning. So that's
right.
The
He got that big old head.
That is true. That is true.
Another loser is the guy that won the season tickets for the next 100 years as a Giants fan. Man, he's going to be having a really sad life.
Dude, you know what? Just sell them. There's enough dopey people that want those. I would sell those so hard.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is, though, I know it's not right now like that, but most quarterbacks that are drafted by the Browns just go right down the drain, literally. I mean, Tim Couch.
I don't know.
I mean,
they might break that. We'll see.
That's why he said not
could.
Right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. It's not contextually appropriate, but like, yeah. I mean, Brakefield is broke it, or Baker Mayfield.
He said Brakefield. I was like, who's
Brakefield? He played at Western, so that's what screwed me up. But yeah, no, that's. I think he could be a good quarterback there. I don't know. We'll just have to see if he gets a good coach.
But yeah, my losers were teams that need quarterbacks because outside, and I'm not super sold on Murray. I don't know how he'll do. I don't know. Oklahoma quarterbacks, like I know Baker Mayfield's doing good.
Yeah.
And just anytime I see an Oklahoma quarterback with stupid numbers, it's like a Texas Tech quarterback with stupid numbers. I'm like, okay, I get it. You're surrounded by talent playing in a league that might not actually have that much talent and, the style of play and all that. But I mean, Baker Mayfield's doing all right. Murray is like a multi-sport athlete, so, good for the Cardinals. They need somebody since, Carlson Palmer went the way of the Dino. Yeah. But everybody else, like, the Redskins and Haskins, like, God, isn't he just a low-rent Lamar Jackson or Tebow? Like
Russell Wilson.
Well, Russell Wilson's got paid.
Well, Russell Wilson was a late-round quarterback, too. I want to say he was a fourth-rounder.
I mean, a lot of your good ones are.
Scott, he went kind of far in the draft. He's like a third-rounder.
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys, there are some diamonds in the rough in the lower part of the draft, and that's fine. I mean, I think was Brady a first-rounder?
No, he was like sixth round.
Tom Brady was sixth round.
Yeah.
He was a sixth-round backup who only got a shot because of an injury. That's like the whole thing with him.
Well, Jared knows that because he's such a big fan, so exactly. Obviously.
Well, I mean, I'm just hurt.
He threw up in his mouth a little bit.
I was so happy that Gronk retired. I'm like, Tom, you're next. Let's go. Come on, let's go, buddy. Speed it up.
How fun is Gronk going to be now that he's just free to do whatever?
Does he come
I really
back?
hope he joins Barstool just for the fact that he would fit in with them so perfectly.
He would absolutely be a perfect.
He would be perfect.
Like if they could get their own, if they could get like the rights to do like their own broadcast of a game.
Yes.
Like how they do like the simulcast, like the coaches stuff.
Yes.
Like do that, but with the Barstool guys and Gronk.
My thing is
that's worth a monthly subscription.
Yeah, I would completely agree. I think he could be really good at analysis. I don't know.
He's not stupid.
No, he's not
everybody,
stupid.
He likes to play the big
big goofy jock. Yeah,
but he's just having a good time.
I mean everything seems fine. I mean
late 20s multimillionaire. Have some fun, dude.
And the girls are gonna love him. Dude. Does he come back like Jason Witten though?
Nice to be.
Probably.
You think so?
If he completely gets healthy, which is still very questionable. I mean, if he gets robotically stitched together again.
I was about to say, yeah.
I mean,
he's more machine than man.
That was my meme I was going to next.
Yep.
He's more machine now than man.
He really is.
Twisted and evil. So, what's next, Jake?
So the next thing I want to talk about is, on a much darker note, on a sadder note, this past week, Rustin got hit with what appears to be a pretty bad tornado.
Ruston, Louisiana.
Yeah,
Yes.
it got hit with a tornado, caused some severe damage to La Tech, the school, the baseball field, the softball field. So bad, in fact, that the softball series that the Lady Top softball we're going to go and play has been moved. Is it to ULM, Jared?
Yeah.
I think so. Moved to ULM, kind of neutral site.
Louisiana Monroe.
And that, former Sunbelter, right?
Yep.
Which it really sucks because, okay, first off, you never want to see, like, bad stuff happen to good people. That's your first thing.
No.
But to put, bad icing on the terrible Sunday, this was supposed to be their senior night.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, because
I
I saw an interview that they were like, I don't know if it's the Daily News or somebody was sharing where they were talking to one of the seniors on La Tech softball team, and she was talking about how she's really bummed because they're going to get to play, and at least they don't have to like travel super far.
Yeah,
but they don't get to play at their field for their senior night,
and that does suck.
That's like so bad.
For those girls.
So we'll share it. Tarek has already shared it. I think I on our Twitter already did it, but we may pin it or do something. But there is Devin may look it up now, there is a place you can donate to kind of the disaster relief fund. And when we find it, we'll share it, maybe share it again, maybe pin it, because it is a really good cause, and we do kind of need to stick together. Like, I'm not a huge, like, conference pride guy, but I definitely think you should take care of each other, like, for sure.
I completely agree. I mean, this is a disaster, and if it happened to Western, I mean, you would hope that the people from La Tech would step up. So, go ahead and support the La Tech. That's what I tried. I don't see it.
We'll share it again.
I'm sure
I'll
there it is. Yeah, I've got it right here.
Okay, Click on it and see
okay.
if there's a...
the link is ltu.al/disaster relief. All one word.
You can go to the Twitter at La Tech Alumni. They've got a link for it. Like I said, we'll share it again. We'll maybe put it in like the description of this video, maybe.
Yeah.
All the stuff. Go support them if you've got some extra cash floating around, because everybody always thinks like
every little bit helps.
Well,
so if you've got $1, $10, $20,
seriously,
whatever you feel like giving to these people.
And I know everybody always thinks like, they're at college, they got us money. No, the college might have money, but the baseball and softball programs do not.
No,
right?
they're not a big three, so they're not going to get the big chunk of the pie like these other sports do.
Yeah, and this is the thing that you can't really plan for. Like, your disaster relief fund is like the field floods a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not the entire field house and like practice field. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Right, and like light poles laying down, like all kinds of crazy stuff. So go give your hard-earned money to them.
Yeah.
We would all appreciate that. I know they'll appreciate that.
Yep.
Our next thing, to stay kind of on baseball and softball,
to be a happier note, yes.
Happier stuff, we have, straight from the Ross's mouth, or at least his fingers. God, that got weird.
That got weird.
That got weird really fast. It kept getting, okay. Anyways, he sent us a little blurb, because he's our baseball and softball guy, that we're going to share with you guys. So, fake Ross, go.
Baseball, God, pitching remains terrible. No, I can't do Ross, sorry. Pitching remains terrible, and they've lost 3/4 since last week. 3 out of 4 since last week. Positive note, they didn't play conference leader FAU really tough and did win one game to sit at 4th in Conference USA with 4 in the weekend series left. Sorry, I haven't pre-read this, so I'm just kind of...
He may have fat-faded it, but it was cool, though, right? Because we did steal one from FAU.
Yes.
Which last week, if you guys remember, that's what we were talking about, like, looks like success last weekend, is they're the league leaders, they're real good, steal one.
Yes. Sorry, my little brother just texted me mid-reading. So, they are in position to make Conference USA tournament, must finish 8th. We'll see if they can avoid late season slide. Yesterday's blowout to an average UK team wasn't good as they travel to UTSA this weekend. Must-win series before traveling to U of L next week.
Because they're going to lose against U of L.
Yeah, U of L historically is a great baseball team. Yeah. And UK, Coach Minnie Jones done an amazing job up there.
He's brought them way
so he's done really good as far as baseball goes.
We can usually take care of the Cats at Bowling Green Ballpark, though.
Yeah.
That's been a historically really good place for the top.
I worry about them this year, though, with their slide. Softball, swept middle, including a long game yesterday. Coach Amy Tudor had a tough situation with mom, but the team rallied. What?
I think either her mom is ill or maybe passed away.
Okay. Tops comfortably in first place right now. Tops travel to to Monroe. He put La Tech. This was pre-storm knowledge.
Right.
So
yeah.
they go to Monroe to play La Tech this weekend in a potential Conference USA tournament finale preview. So there we go.
Yeah,
that's our baseball softball update.
So, that's what you look for. You look for the fella tops of the diamond to kind of stay competitive, to get into the Conference USA tournament, and for the lady tops just keep doing what they're doing, even though they hate the towel rack, apparently.
Apparently they do.
You can't say anything bad about the baseball team, even though Jake Sanford retweets a lot of our stuff. But,
Which, you know what, by the way, speaking of Jake who's pissed off, my dog meme was funnier than people gave it credit for, okay? That was a funny tweet. I spent some time on that at lunch in my little, mobile, photo editor, making that work.
Oh my gosh, that's actually pretty funny.
See,
So check out our Twitter if you want to see that.
Yeah, because it was funny, dang it, and I liked it. And everybody liked it. What if I told you unoriginal, one that I've shared 6 times, the Matrix meme.
Yes.
And nobody liked the puppy one, which granted, I asked a couple people, I was like, have you ever heard, and some people that are on the internet, have you seen the one where it's the dog, and it's please throw, no take, only throw. And they're like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. I was like, okay, maybe that's
I hadn't seen
maybe
that
that's
until you just said that,
a little more dank than most people.
If I'd have seen it, I would have shared
Jared
it.
knows what I'm talking about. He's familiar with that meme.
Yeah, he's a young, hip kid. He knows what you're talking about.
Cat. But yeah, so...
I know how to speak the memes.
You know how to speak? Yeah, because he's a memeologist, right?
That's right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So the next stuff is some basketball stuff, because breaking news, super fast. Jared, do you want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah. So we got that Cameron Justice transfer out of IUPUI, good old UB. Yeah, good old indie team. Yeah, he was a baller there. He averaged 18 points and everything. He was at Vandy before that, but never really got many minutes. So, I think he'll be a definitely good impact player. Of course, we'll probably delve into this in a little bit, but of course, keeping up with the scholarship situation, but I think we're 15 Bassey returns. So somebody's going to have to, if he were to return, obviously you'd like to have Bassey back, like Devin, him and his hot take. He's got to hold on to that for a little bit longer.
Hold on to it. I know he's coming back. I'm not worried.
That victory lap he's going to take is going to be epic.
Yeah, so it goes back to that whole situation of, here come a bunch of new players, a bunch of other players just left, kind of rebuild the team chemistry and all that fun stuff. But, I think he's going to be a really good player because, it was evident last season our shooting outside the arc was terrible. So we need a good three-point shooter. This guy seems really solid. Him and that Kenny Cooper both are going to be really good additions.
I think solid is debatable, though, buddy.
Okay, yeah, that's the thing, is that we keep, the article says, he's a really good shooter, but here's the deal. If I'm seeing somebody shooting less than 38% from three, I don't consider them, a great three-point shooter. I know he's averaging almost 36, but... Okay,
let's reword it. If you have a 35% chance of not having a wreck on the way home... Do you drive home or you stay at work?
Well, yeah, so when you talk about, I get you. When you talk about 3-point shooting, especially in college, right? I'm not gonna hold it to a super high standard, but I just don't feel like 35.2 is something.
Well, here's the thing with that, Jake. Here's the thing with that is that he was probably one of the main scorers that IUPU had last season. They were probably giving him the ball a lot. So when he was going around people like Hollingsworth and Josh and Savage and Williams and all of them, he may be able to do more stuff off the ball and get better looks, which will help his 3-point shooting percentage.
And it definitely, and I don't disagree with that. I'm just so skeptical when people tell me that.
And he's coming from with Uwe Pui, I just don't see them having... what conference are they even in?
They're in the Horizon.
Yeah. And
so they're lower. We'll just have to see.
Same as Northern Kentucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say that when a guard has, more than half a rebound a game, I do like that he kind of spreads the love around, which is good. And I also always love when we can, get more Mr. Basketballs, because at this point...
Every Mr. Kentucky basketball player in the past, 4 years is eligible to play. We need all of them.
Yes. Yeah, so I do kind of dig that, a lot. That does make me happy, that we're just kind of, bringing them all home.
Yeah, so it's just Mr. Western Kentucky's apparently is all we got.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They're just Western Kentucky is full of players from Kentucky, which I absolutely love because there's a lot of talent in this state that gets run off to Vandy or up in Indiana or down other places.
Sometimes you just got to go to all those weird places and see that it's just not as good, and then they're like, I should go back home, and then you go to Bowling Green and you ball out. That's what it needs to be.
That's
seriously,
what happens.
Though,
Hopefully.
like I like Nashville. That's fine. It's a little much. But Indiana,
yeah,
why?
I mean that's a homer state as far as I'm concerned.
Why would you go to Indiana?
I mean,
Indianapolis is cool. I will defend Indy because I'm a little partial.
Indianapolis is fine.
I like
I've
Indy
been,
a lot.
I've been to Indy a couple times. I've had a good time there. But
I mean,
the rest
of
the state.
They don't really have an NBA team. Their NFL team is trash, so it's whatever.
Your star player gets hurt.
I was listening to one of the random old cold takes, and it was the year that Andrew Luck got drafted.
Yes,
and they were talking about I don't know if it was Milk One was going on about how terrible this was and how trash they were and how could you bring in this guy and all this stuff. It's his flip phone.
It is funny how you can look back on some of those things and go, well, you were
wrong.
wrong.
Or people thinking Trent Richardson was going to be amazing.
Whoever came up with the idea of cold takes is an incredible person, and I thank them for their contributions to society.
That's right.
That is true.
That's right.
And Trent Richardson he went to the Colts, didn't he?
He was at the Browns too.
Yes, he was at the Browns, but then he went to the Colts, and I bit hard when he went fantasy. Because when he was in fantasy, I traded some good stock for him, and I was
had him too.
Yeah, and I was not very happy about that.
The screenshots that they took of him, where he has a completely wide open hole to run through, and him running on the other side of the tackles instead of straight through the hole are hilarious because there's so many of them.
Yeah, it just reminds me. It reminds me of some of our former running backs at Kentucky or Western. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bless their hearts.
But that's part of it.
Also on basketball, so we kind of mentioned, we've talked about Cam Justice because he's the brand new spanking. I mean, right when we were loading up the podcast, it was only 27 seconds old.
Yes.
The tweet that you guys sent out. But of a little, who's been committed for a little longer, is Kenny Cooper from Lipscomb.
Yes.
Who's another guard. This time a little more, a little less scoring, a little more assists, 9.8 games. 9.8 points per game scoring.
I mean, he had two really good players. He had to pass the ball out, too. That Matthews that they had, and also a good old Rob Marbury, former Western guy.
Yep, and they had a pretty good run in the NIT, didn't they?
Yeah, they went all the way to the championship game.
I was about to say, did they upset Indiana or Texas?
Well, they played Texas in the championship game.
They played Texas in the championship.
Yeah, they beat Indiana.
Okay, because I knew it was one of them that they had a pretty decent upset. Now, granted, at this point, I might have bet on Lipscomb over Indiana because Indiana's a dumpster fire rolling downhill at this point.
Yes,
absolutely.
But I am, again, being deficient at point guard with some of the transfers and the graduations. I'm excited to have a guy who I think can actually distribute the ball pretty well. So I'm hopeful that this actually fills the hole that we need.
So are we going to be... This is my concern, I guess. And even in the Talrec article here, it says that we're going to have several other transfers garnering interest for the point guard position. Is basically the summarization of what it just says. So are we going to be point guard rich and other position poor next year? That's a concern.
I don't think so. And the only reason I say it is because with the commits that you have, they're gonna space out some of the other stuff. So Rawls, who is committed, but who was initially going to reclassify to 2019.
Yes. At
this point, with the two guards coming in, you're going to see him just go ahead and stay in the 2020 class, which is fine.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't, but you figure he will. So no, I don't think so. I mean, we do have now quite a few guards, but it's just going to be however the roster shakes out with all of whether people are taking walk-ons or whether people are encouraged to maybe seek greener pastures somewhere else.
Yeah.
It'll settle.
Yeah.
Stan's already is kind of a guard-heavy guy, but we have Kozart. How do you say Oganda? Nick?
Oh, Unjinda.
Unjinda.
Say it again.
Unjinda
coming in. We've still got Toulouse Smith. So we've still got, Merrick Nelson's still here.
He definitely needs a nickname like Iggy, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Unjinda.
Ogie.
Ogie.
You heard it here first, guys.
That's
Ogie.
Right. Ogie.
We're going to call him Ogie. Moving Ogie. It's going to be great. So, no, I don't think so. It's one of those things to where you definitely don't want to be overloaded so that you scare away other talent, but I do trust Stans to get talent. Now, whether he can keep it and keep good chemistry on the roster, we will see.
Yeah, because I mean, just looking at every situation we've had in the past offseason, I mean, there's so many players that were coming into different classes, and how many of them ended up not coming. Of course, the one who shall not be named, the most infamous of those. But even like Trevelyan Queen, he was another one that we would have loved to have.
Man, I missed it. I missed it.
The Jordan Brangers guy, he was going to be a really good shooter, and he went over somewhere. I can't remember where he went, but he
somewhere
was
back
good.
in Texas.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just situations like that, especially this the year where we only had 7 scholarship players. Like, the Stans had pretty much like a fully loaded recruiting class, but a couple of people were basically told not to come back anymore. One of them transfers, one of them doesn't show up, and then suddenly you don't have all these players that you recruited to where you were going to have them play and be core players in your rotation. But, I mean, it's just, we'll see what it looks like in August. Whatever the roster is, and hopefully August and September is what will actually stay. So fingers crossed things don't get out of hand. If so, I'm breaking out my pitchforks.
Yep, we'll start lighting our torches. That's another thing, and I kind of brought this up to you guys, but Stan seems to be old school, kind of hard ass. Like, well, you're going to listen to me, you're going to do this stuff, and I don't get the feeling that he can actually, like, I guess, butter up kids or, like, manage egos.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he can. I mean, I obviously don't see kind of the back end of this, but it seems like he doesn't. And I just wonder if the assistant coaching staff is good enough at that or what, because it's not 1927.
I mean, if you look at all the recruiting stuff, like on 24/7 Sports and everything, I mean, a lot of the players that Western has picked up have been recruited by Coach Hugh and people like, I don't know if the other one has done much, but Hugh has done a lot of the recruiting work, and he has recruited a lot of good players that have been coming in. So,
man, I hope he doesn't do.
He's underrated with that, too. He's been really good. I'm glad we still have him. I was scared we were going to lose him to St. John's, and I hope we don't.
Yeah,
definitely. I just knocked on
there.
wood because I am scared he's going to do it because he is talented. He's a really good coach and a really good recruiter.
And of course, I guess if you don't mind,
go.
I'll get on my soapbox real quick. For those of you who still doubt me, doubt away. I'm just saying. Bassie's coming back. Sir Charles is coming back. Now here's the possibilities, okay? Here's my thoughts. I mean, you got a lot of big men going to the league. I'm afraid I don't think he's going to go first round. And if he doesn't go first round, I think you got to sit. That's my thing. You just come back to Western, work on whatever they told you to work on, and then go back the next year and, do what you got to do.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if you look at all the mocks, I mean, he's, except for, NFLDraft.net, which is, like, historically bad at predicting.
I was like, you just said the words, NFL.
Oh, sorry, NBA DraftNet or whatever it is. They're, like, super duper bad. You can look at this, it's called, like, Hoops Matrix. You can look at, it's like the Draft Matrix stuff. You can look at where all the different ones are picking, and you can compare them historically. A lot like Bracket Matrix, and some of them are all kind of clustered together, and then there's this one that's always like really far off that has him like 19th or something. But everybody else has him late 40s, early 50s, which is, I mean, like, we're talking tail end of the draft. So, and that's
here's something I'll say to doubt away at your little hot take.
Doubting Thomas, how dare you?
This is my doubting thing, is that if he were to get invited to the Combine, which I don't know how many players they really invite to that anymore. I wish I knew more about, like, the NBA.
Well, I think he's top 40, so it's probably 39, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, even if he does, I still think once he's able to, like, work out for different, like, scouts and everything and be able to kind of showcase his athletic ability, and hopefully with his knee being back to normal, too. I mean, completely healed of all of the banging up he took all of the regular season and postseason. But see, once they see of how athletic he is, how soft of a touch that he has, even though he is a little bit raw on some stuff, I think he may be able to move up just a little bit because of that, because he is extremely, extremely athletic for his size and everything. But, I mean, a lot of scouts probably didn't get to see him as much, considering Western didn't do as good. So once he starts working out with scouts, I think he may move up a little bit. We'll see.
I think he has potential, and if he gets the right amount of money, I have no problem with telling him to go. I mean, if I was a person that he talked to about this, which he does, just so y'all know at home. So, I mean, but if he wanted to go, I'd be like, dude, you got to get that money. You got to go. You can always come back and get your education, as far as that goes, but you got to make money. Classes. Exactly. Online classes, become an arts major.
Yeah, right? No, so just so we know,
What do you got?
last year, as far as numbers, they don't have the combine invites out yet for this year. Last year there were 69. Nice.
Okay, yes.
Who got invited in 2008. So he may get invited.
Yeah, if it's that many, he'll get an invite. He should, because he was a runner-up for the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award and everything.
Was, and only
he
freshman.
should definitely be nominated for draft invitation thing or whatever combine.
And that could really, again, where you really see it is not necessarily the combine, it's the individual workouts.
Yes.
Now, granted, he works it by himself. They don't work out with other people, really. But that's where he's getting it right now, right? Like, we've already heard, ever since he declared, he's out,
he's out in L.A. working out. He just hasn't hired an agent,
right? Which is the other bit which is interesting, is that he didn't hire an agent. Now, my thought is the reason he's not hiring an agent is he's already got a quasi agent,
who's parental guardian person,
kind of shadow producing what's going on. I cannot confirm that. That's just me talking out my butt. But I think that's probably why he didn't hire an agent. Because as we know, the rules now allow you to get feedback from agents, to get some help as long as you're not accepting money, and you're not paying them, and you're not taking the loans and doing all that stuff. In fact, you can go well through the combine at this point. If you don't get drafted, you can still come back. It's kind of wild what the rules are now, which is good because it allows kids a lot more freedom to come back and actually play. But I don't know, man. I'm not hiring an agent, and kind of the way things have been shaken out, I'm a lot more confident than I was that he'll come back. I'm still not actually confident that he'll come back. But it went from I think there's no shot in hell to I think there's 25-30% chance he comes back. Honestly.
I think I'm honestly, I know I'm talking a big game, but
yeah. Well,
I think he's at I would say 1/3.
Yeah,
I'm at 33%, so
that's a legit if you had told us at the beginning, when he committed, that there was let's say there's a 30% chance that he comes back after his first year.
You're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, we would have said you were high. What's wrong with you? What's he gonna do? Is something bad gonna happen to him in the first game?
Yeah.
He's already a better 3-point shooter than Ben Simmons, so he already has that.
That's true. Good old Ben Simmons, man.
What was that? I know I've seen a lot of memes with Westbrook. Have you seen that? There's this little trap, and it's get a triple double, and then the trap is lose the playoffs.
That's what he does. Yeah. That's what he does. He's a triple double machine. But
they only won one game in the playoffs, which I think is hilarious because Paul George wanted to leave Indiana for a better team, and they only won one more game than the Pacers did, and the Pacers didn't even have their now best players. So he can get over himself. I'm glad he's gone. Peace out.
Honestly, wherever Bassey goes, I'll probably cheer for him. Because I don't have an NBA team, so if he goes somewhere...
Could you imagine if he gets drafted to the Knicks and he has to play alongside that one guy?
Wouldn't that be wild?
My problem with the person who shall not be named isn't that he went to the league. I wish him all the best luck as far as that goes. It's just how it all went down.
I think he's just kind of a turd.
It is a turd thing to do. It was very turdish. Yeah. He could have done it a lot better.
Yeah.
Instead of just
if you want
baiting
to
us along.
Just go to the league.
Just go. Just
sit out your year, train like you did, and go to the league. But yeah, that's... Jared, do you have anything else on basketball? Because that's what I've got for basketball right now.
Oh, man. It's just monitoring all the crazy off-season stuff that's going to happen, see how the scholarship situation comes about. That's going to be interesting. And just kind of seeing how all these guys are going to fit in. So,
well, we now have 235 people on scholarship for basketball. So
they just grow on trees.
Why can't we just have the same amount as the football team?
Yeah.
Right. Could we trade some? Seriously, could we
awesome.
Trim a few off of football? Because, seriously, those last 5 guys on the football team, do you really need them?
Well,
but imagine 5 more scholarships.
They're just reserves anyways. If they get injured, just cut them.
My thing is, you need one kicker, and then just cut all the other scholarships off of the kicking team. So, the kickers.
We need the kicker, and we need that Australian punter.
Cut off the scholarships. Just keep the kicker.
Keep the kicker.
I say we have Haggerty, and that's it. Let's keep the Australian guy and just get rid of everyone.
He gets to do all of it.
He's an Aussie.
How excited are we to see that grown man punt the ball?
He's like Tormund from Game of Thrones out there punting.
You don't know how I got so strong? No.
Dingo milk. Dingo milk.
Dingo babies.
Just so you know, we have broken to a new continent, Australia. I saw the numbers the other day.
Oh yeah, we had a download from Australia.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm so excited about that. That was awesome. So, good day, mate.
Yeah, if you're listening, keep listening. I don't know, what time is it even in Australia right now? Like
I have
tomorrow?
no clue. I mean,
Probably like 8 o'clock in the morning.
It's definitely like crazy far the opposite of where we are right now. Like time-wise.
Well, I mean, their toilets flush the other way, don't they?
No, they actually don't. That's a myth. They do not.
Okay, let's look
But
at
everything there wants to kill you.
Melbourne, Australia. It is 10 a.m.
10 a.m. So if you're listening,
So good morning, guys.
Yeah, if you're listening, drinking your morning coffee, waking up. Is it Saturday? There?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a new day. They're
It's
day
the
ahead of us.
future.
It's the future.
Oh
there,
my god!
which is kind of wild to think about.
Yes, it is. That'd be so
It's
cool.
kind of trippy.
We already know all the players getting drafted tonight.
Speaking of trippy, though, Jared's choices on Munch Madness.
There we go. Yep, let's
Because
get into
last
this.
week, okay, so here's the deal. Which first off, props to Jared for providing so much content and fodder.
Yes, he was so good about that.
Because there was a lot to talk about, and you didn't just give us stuff for Munch Madness. You gave us stuff that I'm gonna get into appetizers.
Yeah.
Into like freaking meal stuff.
Type in
like it's
Bailey's
great.
ice.
Yeah, just type in Bailey's. It'll be the first thing that pops up. Or brie. I bet you typed in brie cheese and pop up. But that was one thing, Jared. Can you explain to the viewers, to the listeners,
To America.
We'll get to the Baileys because that's still in it.
Yeah, Jake was
Why?
nice and allowed your Baileys in it.
Well, because
so.
I want to hear it because I think it's funny. But brie cheese on Ritz crackers. Can we just talk about that for a second?
Okay, you can talk about it. I am a fan of Ritz.
Okay, no,
I legit will buy a family pack of Ritz.
I
and
do.
That's
we
me.
do too. I freaking love Ritz. I think
Yes.
they're real good. But brie cheese on Ritz, like I like Ritz crackers, but that's like government cheese crackers, right?
Yes.
That's like American cheese product, or maybe some like mild cheddar from Walmart that you like slice off the block and melt in the microwave a little bit, right? For like a knockoff cheese plate. It's not. Brie is like them fancy crackers, which we debated, and we have since been corrected. Jared, you can get brie.
Yeah, you can get it at Walmart. It's like the El Presidente. That stuff's good, fam.
Oh, President. Wait, is
Okay, so let's just go through Jared, some of his picks.
Yes, please.
I pulled them up on the Discord here. So, sweet, we got s'mores. Okay, that's
okay?
okay.
Fair enough.
Sweet,
Fair enough.
s'mores, which apparently is the GOAT.
Which firmly disagree
Oh,
with.
it is a go. I eat s'mores anything. Dairy Queen finally has the s'mores Blizzard back. I found that out yesterday, and I'm very happy. So yeah.
He's already had 4.
Oreos, which that's fun. Jake's a big fan of Oreos, so is my wife. Butterfingers, I love Butterfingers. Kit Kats, they're good. Reese's, and then coconut ice cream.
Oh yeah, coconut ice cream.
Yes.
Can we talk
Listen,
about that?
There's
said
the story
snack.
behind that. There is the story behind that. When I went to Savannah, Georgia, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, there's this really, really old ice cream place. It's one of the best ice cream places like in the entire country. It's called Leopold's.
Okay.
Like it's like standing room only, like a line outside of the place. Sort of like if you've ever been to Hattie B's, how there's literally always a line outside.
Yeah.
You have to wait a while. But I will tell you, like I got the coconut ice cream. I like coconut anything too. Y'all can fight me over that, but I mean it's whatever. But that was the best ice cream I've ever had. It was the coconut flavored, and it was like nothing has ever come close to beating that. It's just the consistency, the sweetness, like the milkiness, like the dairiness of it, whatever you want. It's the richness,
Dairiness
it's
of the ice
great.
cream.
Creaminess, the creaminess of it, perfection. All of it was perfection.
It's just coconut, man.
Yes.
Coconut.
Coconut's not bad.
No,
I don't
it's
mind
good
coconuts, but coconut ice cream
Have you
is
ever
not
had
a
a pina
snack.
colada before? You take out the
Yeah.
pineapple. It's basically the same thing.
Fun story, and I don't care to tell this because my wife makes so much fun of me about this. Daly's makes a pina colada mix. I can drink that stuff straight,
I can see that.
but I'm pretty sure they put straight laxative in it
Probably, yeah.
because it literally.
I bet it's got sugar alcohol in it.
Oh my god, dude! I mean, it's just a mix though, so you don't get anything from it.
Well, no, I meant
but-
I bet it has like that artificial, like
It's got something in it.
like xylitol or whatever's in it.
Dude,
it is a laxative.
Dude.
It's
oh
like,
my god.
have either of you ever read the Amazon reviews of the Haribo sugar-free gummy bears?
No, God, no.
Dog, let me
Okay,
tell
so while you're looking at that,
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up.
let
because
me
it's
go
real
through
funny.
his spicy egg rolls with sweet and spicy Thai sauce, dude.
Dude, yes.
Dude.
That is so good.
This is a meal, man.
That's
That's
a
food.
meal.
That's not a snack.
That is a,
That's
that
not
is
a
a spicy
snack.
appetizer.
Look, here's
Like,
okay.
I can make a meal
Okay,
out of
I'll
it.
give you an appetizer.
I can make a meal out of
That's
it,
fine.
but
Here's the thing, dude. Like, just because you can eat 30 of them doesn't make it a snack.
cracks me up, dude.
Well, I mean, that really goes back to the whole thing I was asking you. Was like, how do you define a snack?
Oh yeah, I just wanted you to argue it.
It's ambiguous.
Yeah, I just wanted you to.
No. The next one's even better. Taquitos with spicy ranch. Taquitos
Yes.
by themselves are not spicy, but apparently we have to add spicy ranch to it.
Yeah.
Like
And
what
then-
I like to do is like you just take some basic like buttermilk ranch and you get like a bunch of like the hot sauce from Taco Bell and you mix that in there with it and you dip it in that. That is really, really good.
Or the Chewies,
Really good.
like jalapeno ranch and
Okay,
stuff.
I'll give you
Oh
that.
yeah, the jalapeno ranch is so good.
Have you seen that meme where somebody found a frog in their Chewies?
Yes. I
God
saw
knows how that happened, but anyway.
That was in Bowling Green too.
Oh God.
Pita chips with spicy hummus.
See,
These
no,
are
it's
all
good.
like appetizers. I'm sorry.
I know, but I mean, like the only thing I could think of is like an actual like snack thing, the spicy. I mean, the flaming hot Cheetos. I mean,
Okay.
obviously those are
Okay.
good, but-
Cheese roll ups at Taco Bell, bro. Come
I
on,
mean,
bro.
for the cheesy stuff, I mean, I
Okay.
tried to
just-
think about stuff that I eat that's actually just like mostly cheese, and that was one of the only things I could think of. But they're still good.
Okay, let me see if I can find. Well, while I got you on here, I'm going to make fun of Sam too. So because Sam had some redonkulous stuff on here, let me see if I can find.
Yeah, Sam's
his.
is pretty funny too.
Here we go. Here's Sam. Okay, well, let me jump to it.
I do like how well you guys
Okay.
kind of took to it.
Okay, yeah, Sam kind of went with the same line as the appetizer stuff. Skyline chili dip.
Okay, hold on. I
Buffalo
got a hot take on
chicken
that for a
dip.
second. Skyline chili is an effing joke. It is a
Really?
disgrace to chili. It's absolute hot garbage.
I've never had it.
Okay, first off, chili doesn't have beans. If you want the actual technical definition, right?
Okay.
It's like Texas chili doesn't have beans. Like proper chili doesn't have beans in it. So let's put that aside for a minute. We're talking about
Okay.
good chili. Like Skyline is just souped up Hormel's out of a can, man. It's so not good.
Wendy's chili, I think, is probably the best chili I've had.
It's Wendy's chili
Fast food
Yeah,
chili.
seriously, Wendy's is better than Skyline.
Well,
I don't care.
You don't
I-
want to know how they make it, but yeah.
I don't care. It's chili. I don't
Literally, they take the day-old burgers and they throw that in the chili.
Yeah, I've always heard that.
Yeah, actually, the coworker's wife worked there, and that's what he told us. That's how they made the chili. Which, I mean, it's fine. My wife and I will go buy a family order and of nuggets, and we'll eat on it for like a week. So it's all good.
Yeah, no. Okay,
Okay.
so just random funny bits, right? So, in case you guys don't know, anything that has sugar alcohols in it, anything with like a tall at the end is an artificial sweetener, is also an intestinal accelerant. Okay.
Okay.
It will make you go poop a lot and
Okay.
fast. So a lot of your like sugar-free energy drinks and very famously, Haribo gummy bears, the sugar-free ones. Are okay.
This
So
is
there
really
are
bad.
That
some.
defeats the purpose of candy, though, when you make it sugar-free. I know diabetics, I mean, they still want to have sweet stuff, but still, if it's not real sugar, then what is it? It's like some chemical that's probably going to kill you within the next 20 years.
Right, so sugar alcohols derived from sugar. They're not aspartame, so that's good. But they, again,
Yeah.
my buddy who's a nurse, I was looking, I said, man, what's that whatever on the back of the energy? He goes, none of this will kill you. He goes, we use that as like a super duper laxative in high concentrations. It'll make you like crack yourself to death. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, but this small dose, you just poop a lot. It's fine. I was like, okay, cool. But so here's some of the reviews. Here's a really good one. It's called Fully Weaponized Gummy Bears. I bought a bag because I'm trying to cut down on sugar. It seems Haribo has replaced sucrose in a typical batch of gummy bears with this colon-shredding rage. Just a couple of handfuls left me crying for my mommy on the bathroom floor. I am 43 years old. The cute little tricksters look just like their benign counterparts, with the same cuddly ears, stubby arms, and not too squishy, not too firm texture. The taste is the same too, and that's how the little demons invade your innards. I ate a dozen or so, and then went about my day, oblivious to the angry brown fire hose that they were constructing in my colon. The cramping started about an hour later, and soon enough, I was as bloated as a balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. When the rumbling started, I sprinted down the hallway and then to the bathroom just in time for the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse to stampede from my backside, laying waste to my home septic system and my will to live.
Oh my
After
God.
3 hours of pelvis-shaking misery, I was spongy, weak, and amazed that I had any bones left. I cursed Haribo with the little strength I could muster. Avoid these bears at all cost. After all, what did your GI tract do to you? So anything sugar-free.
God.
Be careful.
Okay, so speaking of sugar-free stuff, I saw something today. It was a great meme. apparently somewhere they have a donut cut in half with cookie dough in it, and it's dipped in chocolate.
Yes.
Okay, so
Sign me up.
So they have the diabetes guy, and he goes, "Oh my God, y'all just went full diabetes."
Full diabetes. Never go full diabetes. Don't
never
do it.
go full diabetes.
But aside from
those are hilarious.
Yeah, aside from GI tract shredding teddy bears and diabetes inducing snacks, which by the way I would love to try that, wherever that is. Sign me up.
Someday
bro.
I'm bored and I don't have anything else to do.
We'll make them.
We'll have to.
We'll make them. Yeah, we'll deep fry them too. It'll be good. Y'all got
There
a
we
fryer?
go. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you
That'll be
kidding
good.
me? Of course we got a fryer.
Okay. Your wife can cook though.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do another region of the Munch Madness of the snack bracket. This time it's kind of the wild card one, which is like random stuff.
Yes.
So for the number 1 seed, we have Chex Mix because
Yes.
it's a classic. It comes in every flavor you could think
Yes.
of. It's excellent. Number 4 got Jerky because Jerky is real good.
And jerky comes in about every
Every
flavor you
flavor,
could
and it's
ask
also
for.
really good. Keeps forever. This is controversial, but I put it on there because I couldn't think of one, and I needed a number 2 seed. Trail Mix.
Yep. Trail mix can work. Yeah, I'll give you that.
We can maybe put it at the 4 if we really want.
And then we felt bad for Jared, so for number 3 we have
Bailey's
Bailey's
ice cream. So
Yes.
let's
Yes.
save that first one. Chex Mix versus Jerky.
Okay. Do you want to lead us off, Jake?
So Chex Mix, super salty and amazing. I know that's Jerky too, but
Well, it can be sweet too.
and it can also be sweet because they got those like little Nutty Buddy kinds that are
yeah.
also excellent. They come in like peanut butter. They've got frosted ones. They got chocolate ones. They have like honey and graham cracker. There's a honey sriracha
there's
one,
so many,
which is really good. If they would just make all discs, you guys know the dark discs in the Chex Mix?
Oh yeah, those are good.
the dark disc, the bread stuff.
Yeah, it looks like a little piece of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
super
yeah,
duper
yeah,
hard
yeah,
fried.
yeah.
If they would just like make a full bag of those, that would be the greatest snack on earth.
That
I
could be
freaking
really good.
love those
Yes,
things.
those are amazing.
Don't necessarily love the when you get like a bunch of pretzels in the scoop.
Yeah, that's kinda depressing.
Kind of throws off the crunch to flavor factor. But dude, Chex Mix, like I got a bag of super spicy Chex Mix like at home right now, and they're not the worst for you when it comes to like the fat and sodium content,
Yeah,
which is
that's
also
it.
nice.
So I guess your vote is for Chex Mix.
Oh, dude, hardcore. I love Jerky, but Chex Mix is a hardcore win for me.
Okay, so I will go ahead. Chex Mix is really good. I really like Chex Mix. It's a great thing you can take to parties. You can do a lot of stuff with it.
You can make it if you want to.
Yeah, you can make it. I mean, there's plenty of recipes of different things.
Though I
you can
have
do.
no idea where to get the components. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I
Besides,
mean, I
the
don't think
cereal.
it really matters. You get pretzels. You get. I think I've seen them with Doritos. But I'm going with jerky because I like jerky better.
Yeah, Devin submitted Jerky, and I was like, yes, I have to put this on there
Yes,
for like a
jerky.
savory snack because it's good.
Jerky is just. I mean, of course, it's expensive. Some of those jerkies
Yeah,
you see
dude.
at Walmart are like $8 and something. And I was
For like not
good
even a
God.
pound.
Yeah. But I am hooked. There is a beef jerky. It's called Paps, and I get it at the gas station. It's Paps beef jerky, and it's the honey beef kind.
I bet that's
Oh
fantastic.
my gosh, I'm so addicted to those. Whenever
Well,
I go,
sweet and savory is always good.
whenever I go to the, whenever I'm mowing grass for the business,
To you, does it
I grab
matter?
those. Do I?
Does it matter? Do you like the kind that looks like it's basically like the shredded kind that's like in a dip can, basically? Do you like that too?
I do
It's
not
not
like that
bad.
kind.
It's not bad. I'm not a big fan of that.
I like the kind that's like I either want the real crappy stick, like
yeah,
from
you
back
gotta
in
have
the
the
day,
stick. Yeah.
or the like what you like normal like strips of
Yeah.
actual like meat.
So do you like the stick and the cheese thing?
First off, you mix cheese with anything, and I freaking love it. You know,
I'm not
I'm
as
not
big a
quite
fan
mad,
of that
but
though. I'm not a big a fan of the cheese and the stick.
just
But
going
I'm a
back and
jer-
forth.
yeah. I mean, you
He's
can't,
a jerky purist.
Well, I'm a jerky purist, and like when I take a bite, I just go straight for it like an apple. So I'm
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
just gone.
and I'm like cheese and jerky at
With the
time,
same
which is
amount of
fun.
crunch and everything.
Yes. So I love jerky. So there's my vote. Jared, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't know why it was a 4 seed. It definitely should have been the 1 seed.
First upset.
That
oh my
is-
gosh.
that is an upset.
Oh, Chex Mix
Nah,
falls.
but seriously though, I mean, like a good Slim Jim, you can't beat that. I mean, those are good, perfect little like. If you just want a little bit of meaty goodness, I mean, just
Okay,
get
so-
you a Slim Jim.
How does
But
Jared go?
also,
Go ahead.
I have family that goes deer hunting and everything, and
Yep.
Deer
whenever
jerky.
they get it killed,
Deer
they
jerky.
always make some deer jerky, and they always hook me up with some. And even though it's a little tough, that stuff is really, really, really good.
Deer jerky
so
is
I will
amazing.
always choose jerky. for
You
sure.
do have to marinate deer jerky in your mouth for like a good 40 seconds before you start chewing.
Yeah.
But it's
It's
still.
so-
I mean,
very
if
good.
you don't, you will lose your teeth. You will have to go to
it's
the
like
dentist.
it's like a dog toy. It's like a
Yes.
rawhide bone.
yes. Yes. Thank you, Jared. Now,
So the upset. So the 4 seed moving on.
4 seed moves on.
Terrible seeding.
Let's. I guess since we got this next bracket, let's let Jared go first. Trail mix versus Bailey's Irish Cream.
Please tell us why Bailey's Irish Cream
You have your time to
is a
justify.
snack.
Yes.
I don't know how many rounds you guys have left of this, but it needs to just go immediately to the final four. It needs to just go to the championship round. I mean, I'm basically old Greg when it comes to Bailey's. I mean,
You're
I haven't
old
technically
Greg.
drank it from a shoe yet, but I mean, it's coming at some point. I mean,
I smell a
See-
new Twitter picture.
Oh my
That would
gosh,
be
that would be
great. But
hilarious.
seriously though, I mean, ice cream. You might just get some regular ice cream and be like, this is okay. There could be something that would make it better. Bailey's. You could put it on anything. Ice cream, hot
So it's a
chocolate. It's
condiment.
incredible in hot chocolate. It's
Yeah,
really good in coffee. I mean, any type of dessert or sweet thing, like if you mix Bailey's in with
Sweet
it in any way,
thing.
shape, or form, it is good.
Wasn't
Always.
What isn't that a Keith Urban song? Sweet thing.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah,
it
I
is,
think he just
actually.
went full like
Sweet thing.
redneck Aussie on us. Yeah, Jared.
But yeah.
The way that you described that was like a condiment. Like you described it like I describe hot sauce.
Yeah, he's like, you
Well,
can put it on
you
potatoes.
can drink it straight if you want to. I mean, it's a trap.
It's a
but
trap.
you can drink it straight if you want to.
I could just see, yeah, you can put it on potatoes, you can put it on
trap.
shrimp, you can do it that. Barbecue shrimp, ice cream.
Okay.
Okay, so Jake, I'll let you go, and then I'll do my vote.
Well, so I really like Bailey's. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's freaking great, and it's good because booze. But like, it's not a snack, really. Jared
Well,
described.
like I said, you didn't define
You
snack.
didn't. Yeah, I did not, and so that's why we're having it here. That's why I put it on the list because I do not think it's a snack. But I wanted to hear Jared talk about it because I think it's funny because he'll just mainline Bailey's
Apparently. Bailey's, if you'd like to be our sponsor, you
Dude,
can just
Jared
give
Yeah,
us a-
please hit me up with the life.
Guys, seriously,
I'm
if you will
begging.
sponsor us, Jared will drink it
This
out
is
of a
me begging.
shoe.
Yeah.
We'll give him whatever shoe you want him to drink it out of. It'll be great. Hell, I'd drink it out of
Preferably
the
like one of those giant like fisherman boots or something, like the really big one.
Okay.
I'm just thinking like a waiter.
Yeah.
You know, like, big old mug
Full-body
boot.
waiter.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's right. No, so now that we've gotten the
I had to Google it just to see.
to remember.
Yeah.
I was
Oh
about
my
to say I
gosh.
haven't had Bailey's in a while.
I haven't either. Gosh.
But no, trail mix, much like Chex Mix, can be anything you want. You can load it up with chocolate. Peanuts are freaking great. They have spicy trail mix, which is also awesome. Though not this bracket, not for the spicy, not this bracket. That'll come maybe
This
next
is
week.
just the wild
This
card.
is just
So
the
yeah, I
wild
guess
card.
it can
So
fly.
speaking of wild cards, you can put anything in it you want. It's super nutritious. Speaking of like hunting and camping and hiking, you take it with it. It doesn't go bad. I mean, hell, there's it looks like Chex Mix. This one he just pulled up. It's got like freaking pretzels. and it's got,
Yeah, I think of it more.
I
as,
think
but go
of, I
ahead,
think
yeah.
of nuts. I think of raisins and chocolate. That's what like if you don't have chocolate, it goes like way down. Because then it's just nuts and berries and dried berries. But you throw chocolate in there with the salt, and it's excellent. So my vote is absolutely for trail mix. Not only because it's better, but because it's a snack.
Yeah. So
Can I boo you on your own?
Yes, you can. I don't care. I'll let you have Bailey's on here. Let's talk about it. I'll let anything go.
Bailey's. I mean, Jared has completely just. I mean, he's won me over with Bailey's as far as doing everything. I'm not
Yes.
voting for Bailey's. I'm
Oh,
not voting for
damn.
Bailey's. You're jumping ahead. I
was
love
so
you.
excited.
This is my I love you, but no.
Oh, okay.
But trail mix is by far. My wife always
Devin,
gets
you
like
just
that.
like to make fun of everything I like. That's what
I
it
do.
comes down to.
That's
It is
part
kind
of it.
It is kind of his favorite thing.
It is. It's so much fun. But we would go to Sam's and get like that 600 pack of trail mix, and whenever we would go to her parents' lake house, that's what we would do. She'd throw a bunch in a bag. We'd go sit on the water.
Yeah.
You get hungry, you swim
Good
over,
day,
you
yep.
grab one, you eat it, you throw the wrapper in the lake, you just go
Yeah,
on.
right. Let the geese eat it and die.
Yeah. who
Screw
cares?
those things.
Yeah, it's just
Demon creatures.
Yeah, it's whatever that lake's called, Nolan. Yeah, so it's
Poor
fine.
old Lowland. Like, I haven't been in a Lynn in forever. You know, the last time I was at Lake Nolan was that builders camp out we had.
Oh my
When I was
gosh.
like 8.
That was amazing.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, I
big.
still remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Because that was
a
the
lot of
first
fun.
like time I'd ever like been to it, where they had like bunks and like the cabins. That's the first time I'd ever done that.
A lot of fun stories there. We'd have to tell
that was
on a different
wild.
episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have jerky versus trail mix.
I would do jerky all the way when it comes to trail mix. To be honest with you,
My vote's jerky. I'm not even going to do the I love you butts. Jerky. I like trail mix, but if
Jerky's
I had one on one shelf and one on the other, I'm going jerky.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So Jake's jerky. Jared, let's hear what you got, buddy.
Do you want to make it unanimous?
Well, I mean, my real vote is Bailey's, but if I have to choose,
It's just in his bracket.
I just picture Jared's room as just Bailey's bottles just all over, and he's just like, oh no, that one's empty. Let me go to the next
He doesn't just have Bailey's bottles. He has like random Bailey's merch. Like, you know when you're a degenerate smoker?
He's like Dale Gribble from King
yes,
of the Hill.
yes, just everything. You know how, like, this was one thing. But Drew,
Yeah.
his dad back in the day, everybody smoked, right?
Yes.
Well, what you could do is you could take the Marlboro like cigarette packets and you could like save them up, or like the little like coupons off or whatever.
Yeah.
And like mail them in and like get stuff.
Yeah, just like
He
Cokes now.
He had a leather jacket, which is really, really cool, except it said Marlboro on the back.
Yeah.
He had a pool cue, like set, of course.
That's so cool.
That's true. Which that one actually was really cool. Was really
Yeah,
cool
I mean, that is cool.
But that's how I imagine Jared. It's just everything branded of his is Bailey's.
Yes.
Like, it's just like his bed sheets, Bailey's. Shoes, sticker of Bailey's on there.
Yeah, and he's
Laptop
got
sticker,
He's
Bailey's.
got a leather jacket that says
I do need
Bailey's
to
on the
give me a
back.
Bailey sticker for my guitar case. Thank you for
See,
bringing
boom,
that.
there you go.
There you go, yep.
Dude, you should get there. Could you get a guitar case that like looks like a bottle of Bailey's?
That would be
I
incredible.
bet that exists somewhere.
There's somebody out
if
there.
somebody knows, anybody listening in Australia or Saudi Arabia,
Yes.
you know somebody that will make custom guitar cases and will make one in the shape of a Bailey's
Dude,
bottle.
Our Aussie fans are just listening going, Bailey's? Bailey's.
Okay,
really?
they can't talk because they got piss beer too. They're like
Yeah.
us.
Fosters.
That's
Yeah.
what...
Which, by the way, everybody in Australia hates Foster's.
Apparently, yeah. I was watching not a documentary, a comedy with Fuzzy Iglesias. What's his name?
Oh, Fluffy.
Gabriel Iglesias. Yes,
Yeah, Fluffy.
Fluffy. So anyway, did I call him Fuzzy?
You call him Fuzzy because you had the builders
yeah,
on
yeah,
your
that's what it was. Yeah, it was. We had an old friend we called Fuzzy, but Fluffy was in Australia, and he's like, "Yeah, let me get a Foster's beer," and they're like, "The fuck are you drinking that for?" And so yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it's like coming here and thinking that like Budweiser is the best beer in
Yes,
America.
and
It's
we
like,
eat burgers, and yeah,
it's
and
all
we wear
that.
cowboy hats, and
I mean, some of us do drink Budweiser and eat burgers and wear
Yes,
cowboy hats
yes,
sometimes.
yeah.
Sadly enough, America. You know, every
America.
once in a yeah,
That's right, America.
But yeah, so that takes care of this week's bracket. We have
so
Jerky is the winner.
Jerky
I
is
am
the...
unhappy with the results, but you know what?
Yeah, well,
You can appeal, but
Your
it'll
snack,
still
I'm
your
get...
going to
NCAA
appeal to
team.
the NCAA. I'm taking it straight to them.
Yeah, I could just see
we'll talk about that at some point because I got takes
Oh my gosh.
about the trial.
Okay, yeah, we will need
We'll
to
do
talk
that
about
next
that
week.
once
We don't have any
everything's
time tonight, but
in.
yeah.
But we do have one more thing.
We do have one more thing, real quick. I think we're going to call it what? Boredom Buster? I like
Boredom Busters,
Yeah.
yes, our Boredom Buster of the week.
And go ahead and explain, Devin, because you're the one who came up with this. Good idea.
There's a podcast I love to listen to. I'm a big podcaster, so I love listening to other people, getting ideas from what they do. And one of their things is one of the things they do is definitely going out and they're like, hey, what do we enjoy besides what we mainly talk about on this podcast?
Right.
So it could be Netflix, cable, I mean, anything you really, something that you find interesting.
Books that you're
other
reading,
people
video
might
games
too.
you're
Yeah,
playing,
anything as
cool
far as that
stuff.
goes. So my big boredom buster, I guess, this week, obviously, I'm a Game of Thrones fan. So
Yeah, buddy.
if you haven't watched Thrones, you need to watch it. I mean, you need to catch up.
No spoilers.
Yeah, not going to spoil it. Of course, we do have a lot of jokes about stuff that's going on. And this will probably be a really sad week for those who are current and watching.
Yeah.
But that's my big one is watch Thrones.
Consuming all of the ancillary like articles and just random memes and stuff
If
about
you're
Thrones.
if you're a Netflixer, watch Ultraman. It's only like 6 episodes, but it's pretty good.
I have no idea what that is.
You have to watch it.
Okay.
Ultraman's pretty good. Of course, I'm a big Naruto fan, so I'm watching that on Hulu. Just kind of different stuff. I don't read, so
Dev's not here. I am a reader, but right now, literally, the only thing I'm reading is that What to Expect in the First Year book because I got a baby coming in like a month, and I have no clue what to do. So
just
feed
you'll
it,
be fine.
change it,
You'll
put
be
it to
fine.
sleep.
Yep.
It'll be okay. But yeah, I'm that's like the only thing I'm reading right now. And then as far as like stuff that I am watching, it's definitely Game of Thrones. I don't really watch a whole lot of other stuff. I will always shout out. I'm kind of a YouTube guy. I follow a lot of
Yes.
content creators on YouTube.
Yes.
So like stuff that I completely steal from, like Munch Madness. Good Mythical Morning with Rhett and Link.
Yes, I love them so much.
Is amazing. I've been watching them since I randomly stumbled upon their Super Bowl of Toilets video from 2015. I think it was my first year of law school, and I still remember. I was in my kitchen. I don't even remember why. I was on Facebook. And it was one of the suggested videos was Super Bowl of toilets.
That's
where they
hilarious.
brought up pictures of all these random crazy toilets and talked about them. And there was a recliner one and an aquarium one.
God.
One that was bedazzled. It was all this weird crap, and they were talking
The aquarium
about
sounds awful. Just so you know.
I love the episode they did with Kobe Bryant. That was really
they had Kobe on because now they're
wow.
big time.
Yeah.
They started in a garage back in 2013, and now they've had Kobe on. They've had.
Speaking of Kobe, I hate to interrupt.
No, you're good.
There's a new sports drink that I am encouraging both of you to try. Body Armor.
Body
I've
Armor's
heard
good.
about that. I haven't
Body
tried
Armor's
it yet.
good.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, Body Armor's really good.
Jared, you got to try Body Armor. I would recommend probably Fruit Punch.
There's an orange one that's really orange kiwi is really good
I did
too.
strawberry banana. It's really good. The
Fruit Punch is really solid.
The berry blackout, it's not too bad.
They're really good. They do have they do what a lot of sports drinks do.
Yeah.
They shove a bunch of vitamins in there.
Yeah.
It's still real sugary.
But it's coconut water is what they use in there.
Ooh,
So it
this
gives
is
it a nice little flavor.
It's
It's really
and
good
it's
stuff.
refreshing,
Yes.
too.
The reason I brought that up with Kobe, Kobe invested $5 million in it when it first started, and now his investment's worth $250 million now.
Well, because
so-
I remember, I think I first saw it because it was sort of around.
Yeah.
But it was one of those random drinks at the gas
Yes,
station that nobody
yes.
ever tried.
Yes.
And I just picked it up because I was like, ooh,
Oh, I
orange, whatever.
I
And,
legit bought $10 worth of it.
Well, 'cause
That's like 4 bottles.
they're
at the
doing
gas
a
station.
real big, they're pushing, because I know one of the radio stations I listen to, Sportscast,
Yeah.
out of Louisville, they had a bunch of stuff sponsored by
Yes,
Body Armor, and
yes.
a whole bunch of stuff right now, in ESPN, everybody, they're spending
Yes.
a whole bunch of money trying
So,
to...
Body Armor.
Yeah,
You're
Body
looking for
Armor's very
sponsors,
good.
just let us know.
Yeah, for sure. And then other stuff that I'm doing to, not be super duper anxious that I have a baby coming is... Dude, I started a new game of Oblivion last night.
Did you really?
Again, for the 900th time. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. I've put so
Yep.
many stupid hours into that game.
I can't... I was more of a Skyrim guy than an Oblivion guy.
Skyrim was fun, but Oblivion, man,
I like the idea of becoming a
That
werewolf.
was the one that got me hooked into that.
What was it?
Yeah, I mean, Oblivion was the one that got me into all
There
the
you
Elder
go.
For
Scrolls
sure.
stuff.
I played-
mean, so good.
Yeah, I played Morrowind on the original Xbox, and it was
Yes.
really hard.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't as user friendly as Oblivion or even what Skyrim became. But then I just remember getting the Game Informer magazine in 2004 and waiting on the Elder Scrolls 4 and getting it on my 360 and
I do remember playing it, though. It was,
yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
yeah. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Jerry, what do you got, bud?
I mean, main thing for me, I'm just one of those boring people that still watches DirecTV, so I mean, you can imagine what that's like. But depending on what kind of stuff you like, if you like adventure / history / archaeology, especially, I'm a nerd with that kind of stuff. My favorite show on TV right now, and the new series finally just started up recently, is Expedition Unknown on Discovery Channel. Josh Gates is the host of it. He's basically sort of wanting to be like Indiana Jones, but was more of just a TV host kind of guy. But I mean, he's done
As much as you can
he's
be indie in real life.
Yeah, I mean, he wishes he was, but he has had
Who doesn't?
But he's actually really smart. He's a really funny guy. His shows are really, really good. I mean, just going to try to find all these hidden treasures and going to find lost cities and all these other things. It's really educational. It's funny. It's entertaining and suspenseful the way that they kind of produce everything. It's just a quality show. I love Expedition. I know. Comes on Wednesdays at 8:00 Central, 9 Eastern. Check it out.
Discovery, hit us up.
Yeah,
Discovery Channel.
One more thing, speaking of stuff that is really educational but not exciting at all unless you're a super nerd, is the thing I was telling you about is the History of Rome podcast.
Yes, that's really good.
There is a dude who he's just kind of an amateur historian, and he decided to do a podcast that's 200 episodes long, 20 minutes apiece, that tracks all of Roman history from the founding of the city, pre-Aeneid stuff, to the fall in the 400s. And it's so in-depth. If you're not a Roman history nerd, don't.
It's interesting for those of you who are history people to check out.
Yeah, if you're just a layperson that doesn't really care about history, then don't stay far away, because it is a little dry. I mean, he's kind of funny.
I mean, a lot of the stuff he talks
But
about,
it's
some of it
super
can be
interesting.
really funny.
It's super interesting.
I have made it to episode 57.
That's pretty good.
And,
Dude, I still haven't finished it. I'm on like episode 160.
It goes up to 179.
There you go,
and then-
179.
And then he's got a couple updates after that. So
Yeah, he has some updates, and he also does. He did a new one called Revolutions, where he talks about different revolutions in history. He does
Yes.
like the American, the French, and all these other cool ones. And there's another guy I just found out. I'll have to get the name. That can be another episode. Where he's doing the Byzantine Empire. So he stops,
cool.
and he like did it to pair with the history of Rome.
Yeah.
So like the last episode of the history of Rome, he just starts up. Totally different dude, not affiliated,
Wow.
but he just starts up and goes to the fall of the Byzantines, like the late 1400s.
the only thing that really screws me up on that is I don't remember names of places. So he'll call out a name of something, and of course I was a Rome Total War player way back in, and I still do. So I'm like, what is the name of that place? And he's like, well, they're in blah 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 blah, and I'm like,
I've had to Google stuff.
I do, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about.
Or he'll pronounce it a way that like we didn't
Yes.
pronounce it as like redneck Kentuckians because we didn't know.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
per magnum. Yeah.
and I'm like, wait, that's the Southern Gaul. I remember that one.
Yeah,
Take
yeah.
it from the Gaul's Which by the way, I have like 900 hours in that game on my Steam alone.
Dude,
that doesn't
really?
count 2004 to like
Oh my gosh.
before I got this laptop. That's
Dude,
how bad.
My iPad, I'm on my fourth.
Dude, it's out for Android now. I gotta get it.
Yeah, I told you that. Yeah. Rome Total War. So check that out. Sega does that game. So Sega, if you want to sponsor us too.
Dude, could you imagine? That'd be
I
awesome.
know, right? That's all
I'll
we
wear
were
a
talking
Sonic
about.
costume. I don't
We got to
care.
shoot our shot, man. They'll
That's
come
right.
eventually.
That's right.
Eventually.
That's
All
right.
right.
That's fine.
Well, does anybody have anything else? I think we're there.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
we're definitely
good.
not going to get Bailey's as a sponsor because y'all didn't even put it in the next round. So, I mean, that's on y'all.
Hey, if Bailey's wants to make it to the next round, then they need to send us samples so that we can support them.
Right. If
That is my dream. I need to go to Ireland and try every kind that they have. I did that in Gatlinburg with the Sugarlands Distillery, the moonshine stuff.
Yes.
They had a sampling for that. That was so fun.
that stuff's good.
Like,
First off, they
Yeah.
charge for that now, I've heard.
It was like $5.
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
And you also get that however much you pay to do the tasting, you also get $5 off of anything in the store. So that's pretty cool.
My thing is with when my wife and I went on our honeymoon, that store must have just opened because we got everything for free. There were no charges.
They're probably just like trying to like get you.
Yeah,
in.
they were trying to get you in. And the nastiest thing I tried was those maraschino cherries in moonshine.
Maraschino cherries are
Ugh.
trash.
Oh, yeah.
They're absolutely
Yeah.
trash. They're
I
so
love
bad.
cherries,
I like regular cherries.
but not with gasoline poured on them.
I just don't like them with that weird red like paste. I like just plain ass cherries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maraschinos are fun. But the best one was probably the apple pie or some of
Apple
those.
pie's
Oh my
good.
gosh,
Yeah,
apple pie
pie's
moonshine.
really good.
Oh, it was really good. That's all I've got.
Same here,
Yeah,
guys.
so I guess we'll hit y'all up next week. Hopefully, we'll be back on an actual schedule.
Yeah, hopefully Devin gets a day off.
Yeah, I didn't get a day off this week, so that's why we're coming at you Friday night.
Silly dead people.
Yeah. So, hey guys, as always, go Tops.
Go Tops.
Go Tops.